Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the lineup for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027 qualifier between the LAS and Montenegro. Presentation teams para CS tomado for Montenegro. Number 2, Alexa Ilic. Number 5, Derek Bingham. Number 6, Danilo Ivanovic. Number 8, Emil Hatzbegovic. Number 9, the captain of the team, Number 11, Zoran Vucelic. Number 13, Georgi Jovanovic. Number 17, Pasa Zivanovic. Number 19, Zoran Ligovic. Number 24, Igor Grodnjak. Number 30, Petar Popovic. And number 88, Dino Radovcic. Head coach for Montenegro, Andrei Sakeli. Montenegro. This is the second national anthem of Greece. Και τώρα πάμε μαζί να τραγουδήσουμε το εθνικό μας ύμνο. Ελλάς!
Well, wonderful renditions of the national anthems here in Athens as we get ready for what could be a very interesting game between two teams fighting for one of these treasured spots at the World Cup. Montenegro have been to the last 2 World Cups. They'd love to make it 3 in a row. Greece obviously picking up a bronze medal at the Eurobasket last summer. They would love to make an impact on the World Cup as well. Here are your officials for today's game. It's Antonio Conde, Andres Alcroches, and Juozas Barkauskas from Spain, Latvia and Lithuania respectively. They look ready to go. I hope you are as well at home. As both teams head into their final warm-ups, we'll dive in, have a look at the starting 5s for both our teams today. The 5 to take to the floor first for Montenegro will be Ilic, Needham, Hadžibegović, Jovanovic and Popovic. There is an awful lot of experience in that 5. Plenty of players in the 12 overall that have been to a World Cup, if not 2023 and 2019, at least the last one. And that will, no doubt, help coach Željko to lead this team in what will be a hostile atmosphere and what is always a difficult place to come to for any opposing coach. Coach Željko there looks calm, deep in thought. I'm sure he's got his team ready for today's challenge. Remember, this is one of 2 games that these 2 teams will face off against each other here across the next few days. A 5 to start for Greece will be Toyopoulos, Kalatzakis, Haralabopoulos, Papanikolaou, as well as Antetokounmpo. And again, Coach Spanoulis, the legend that is, has plenty in reserve sitting on that bench. Some young up-and-coming players, as well as some absolute killers in that team who have been there, done that, delivered. Look how calm Coach Spanoulis looks. If he looks that calm in the 4th quarter, we know things have gone his way today. Certainly can be an intense player in the heat of battle, and I'm sure that will carry on throughout his coaching career as well. Final instructions now from both coaches in the bench. If you haven't already, do head over to the FIBA World Cup website. You can sign up for the fantasy basketball game. First time you've been able to play fantasy basketball with international teams. See how good you are as an international GM. Taking your talents and pitting them against fans across the world. Alongside that, if you have your phones to hand, do head across to the App Store. Wherever you get your apps, download the official World Cup Qualifiers app, completely free of charge. Tons on there for you to get your teeth into, as well as the live stats as we progress through today's game. As you would expect, a strong crowd here in Athens to cheer their team on. And I'm sure that Coach Spanoulis and the Greek players know they want to get this team into the game early and get the crowd into the game early. Get them fired up and give them something to cheer for, because that is worth points in its own right. There's your Tissot countdown to tip-off timer, just under a minute to go. Both 5s now coming to the floor. Great to see so many young fans courtside as well. Let's be honest, that's what all of this show is about, inspiring the next generation of baller. How many of those young faces will put on a national team jersey in the future? And how many will look back at this moment of seeing their heroes close up as the spark, the fire that gets started in them in their journey with basketball? High fives all around and pleasantries between the teams. Just before the battle gets underway here. Remember, they are competing for one of 32 places at the World Cup. Only one guaranteed right now. Qatar are the only team guaranteed to be there. The other 31 will comprise 5 from Africa, 7 from the Americas, 7 from Asia, and 12 from Europe. Let's lock in and get ready for what could be a very good game. And we're underway here in Athens. Game day 3 of the World Cup qualifiers. As Greece go up against Montenegro. Greece currently top of the group with a 2-0 record after the first window. We see a turnover from Needham in Montenegro's first offense. Montenegro, on the other hand, they went 1-1 after that first window, losing to Portugal but beating Romania. Troyopoulos into the post now, too far away really to be able to back his way all the way through. Nice pass inside, beautiful selfless play. And a jump ball is going to be called as Antetokounmpo gets tied up. That's a great play by Popovic. The size difference. 2'9" to 195. Didn't phase him at all. And Antetokounmpo, not this time. Offensive rebound pulled in though. And Greece will reset to go again. Skip to the weak side. Baseline drive for Papanikolaou. Blocking foul is going to be whistled though. Foul whistled on Jovanovic. Baseline ball for Greece. Long inbound to Haralabopoulos. Hustle from Needham. Huge amount of pressure on the ball. Has to get it away before the shot clock runs out. Good defensive stand by Montenegro. Greece looking a little bit sticky in that first possession, not really getting into any fluid structure. Popovic now loses possession. Montenegro won't hold on to it, or will they? It's a scramble on the hardwood. Arms and legs absolutely everywhere. It will be a Greek ball eventually though. Straight into the 3, that one rolls in and away. Rebound pulled down by Ilic. Popovic now, they have the advantage. Hadzibegovic, not this time. Smart play by Montenegro to keep that separation open. Scoreless after 2, shows the intensity defensively both teams are playing with. Nice high level of physicality. And Antetokounmpo, a little handoff, won't get the score. Haralabopoulos will head to the line to try and earn his points the hard way. The no-look little handoff. Chance for Greece to get their scoring underway from the free throw line. An area they actually struggled from in the opening window. Only went to the free throw line under 14 times a game across those first 2 games. One of the lowest across the entire European qualifiers, which is rare for a Greek team. They certainly know how to put defenses under pressure and force them to commit fouls. Haralabopoulos splits the free throws, but Greece are underway. Needham now, first quick step, nice move. Little heavy-handed though on the finger roll off the glass. Papanikolaou will hand it away. Down low, offensive foul. Papanikolaou just pushing off on Popovic. And really it's the size difference that gives up Papanikolaou in that one. And you push away on a player that is physically smaller than you, it's a bigger impact and far more obvious for the officials. Popovic now sees a seam to attack, kicks it to the wing. Jovanovic hits a 3. Takes a few decibels out of the crowd here. First points of the game for Montenegro. Both these teams averaged about 80 points a game in the opening window. Slow start based on that premise today. And Antetokounmpo opens it up, and there's a big right-hander. The moment he turned and looked at the basket, that was only ending one way. Needham now. Oh, looks for the pick and roll, but the roll just runs at the basket instead. Oh, and back-to-back dunks. That time we've got an and one. Costas and Antetokounmpo with a big play. Just too strong, too athletic. No chance really for Needham to stop him. Comes back to that old saying, if you're going to foul, foul hard. Cannot give a player like that space. That was the previous possession. And that's how much the crowd enjoyed it. Can he convert the three-point play? Won't get it to go. Scramble one by Papanikolaou. Kicked back out. Little dip at the head to get to the basket. Doyopoulos, not this time. Needham injecting a little bit of pace into the game, and it pays off. That's why the veteran guard is suited up. That's what he brings to this Montenegrin team. Brings real focus on the offensive end. All tied up at 5 apiece. A little short with that soft right-hander. Neither team finding their flow early in the game just yet. Popovic now hands it away. Another mistake from Ilic. 2-on-1 break. Layup not there. Foul will be whistled though. Premature cheers from some of the crowd, but either way, Kalaitzakis, I think, will be headed to the line as Jovanovic will be called for the foul. Yeah, a little body contact. Not a huge amount of contact, but it's the moment when Kalaitzakis is in the air like that. Can't afford any contact at all. Kalaitzakis was 50% from the free throw line in the opening qualification window. He's good with the first today. One of quite a few players here suited up back in the Greek shirt today that helped them win that bronze medal at Eurobasket. Into the game comes Vucelic as Ilic heads out. Nikolic also coming in for Montenegro. Popovic whips it to the weak side. Good ball movement here. Spacing's not quite there for Montenegro though. A little dip of the head. Vucelic will get the score. Mitrulong now hands it away. First taste of the action for Mitrulong. Greece really spacing the floor, spreading it out so far. Oh, nice step back, great footwork. Makes them pay straight away. Mitrulong with a beautiful introduction to the game. Gives Greece the three-point lead. Needham now kicks it to the wing. Wide open, another three. Both teams now starting to warm up from outside. This time, Hadžibegović to tie things up. Into the corner. Short with that attempt. Papanikolaou. Little pickpocket as he slides along the baseline to grab the offensive rebound. Two teams trading baskets, not much separating them, either on the scoreboard or in performance level just yet. Vucelic will come back out. Needham can just about keep it in. Shot clock's running down, won't get it away in time, and that's a scrappy offense from Montenegro. Don't have a focus at the moment. There's a three ball in the corner attempt. There's Papanikolaou coming in and steal away that rebound. Other end of the floor, Hadžibegović hits the three. Look at that step back, executed like a textbook. No look to the corner. Way downtown, that comes up short, just about scrapes a coat of orange paint off the rim, no more. Drobnjak. Shot clock down to 5. Montenegro not really created much. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. Popovic threading the eye of the needle with that one. Nikolic almost got the three-point play. Instead will head to the free throw line for 2. Look at that. That is absolutely delivered to perfection. And it had to be. No room for error on that pass. Arampoulos heads to the bench. First is short, but he gets the roll. Nikolic didn't have a bad game last time out. 11 points and 6 rebounds against Romania, helping Montenegro get their first win of the qualifiers. Mitru Long being guarded closely by Drobnjak. Skip to the weak side, Papanikolaou into his form. Rolls in and out, rebound pulled down by Simonovic. Popovic now, another good pass. But it's turned over. Greece will pour down the floor. Drive inside and a finger roll. Kavopoulos with the score. Foul will be called on Mitru Long, trying to chase over what looked like about a dozen screens to keep up with Popovic. There's the foul straight away. Greece with a 2-point lead, a little over 2 minutes left in what has been a brisk first quarter of basketball here in Athens. Drobnjak backing it out, shot clock at 4. Have to create on his own now, tough play. Foul's going to be whistled. I think that one is on Šugaz. Really relied on a little one-on-one action there. Drobnjak gets away with it this time. Featured in Montenegro's World Cup roster in the Philippines in 2023. Didn't get a huge amount of time, just featured a few minutes in one of the games. Did get a lot more time in Eurobasket last summer, averaged almost 11 points a game. So certainly the 25-year-old is growing into the role for the national team. Popovic comes out, Ivanovic comes in for Montenegro. Greece's lead will stay at 1. Under 2 minutes now to play here in the first quarter. And shoulder shake, step back. Smooth little move, not the finish though. And now a 3-on-1 break and a big left-hander. Put down with a little bit of sauce, Nikolic. Montenegro into the lead, Nikolic up to 4 points personal. Another turnover. Montenegro pour down the floor. That's a great defensive stand. Elijah Mitrou-Long had no right to get involved, had no right to disrupt that one. It was a 3-on-1, if not 4-on-1 offense. And he blocks it from behind, and that's all about timing, nothing else. Doesn't take his eye off the ball. Beautiful defensive stand. There's going to be a review. I think a coach's challenge on the possession it is. Coach Spanoulis suggesting that this should be Greek ball. Going early with his coach's challenge. Remember, you only get one a game, whether you're right or wrong. It looks like it might be a successful challenge. What do you think? Did Vucelic have the last touch as he went up to throw that one down? The 22-year-old. Certainly looks like he did. Looks like his left hand just gave it a last push out of bounds. What do you think? Officials coming back to the floor. Let's see how they call it. Well, indeed, they'll reverse the call on the floor. Coach Spanoulis, a smile and a tap on the back for the officials. And that is Greece's coach's challenge used up. Montenegro still with a 1-point lead as we head towards the final minute of this opening quarter. Screen down, opens up. Montenegro's defense momentarily. Kicked out on the wing. Hugas hits the three. Drobniak. That one's back out. Greek's hard-court defense is a lot stronger than their transition defense. Dumped inside. Oh, nice take. And a good finish at the rim. All tied up at 17 apiece as coach Jaquel looks on. To the wing. Quick release on the wing. Not this time. Both teams certainly looking to the three ball early in this game. Both have shooters on the floor. No two ways about that. Montenegro have struggled in the first window. Shot less than 23%. Greece north of 39%. Foul's going to be called off the ball. Not sure who that was on. Certainly a scramble and a lot of physicality. I'd say that was the call there. Rokavopoulos. Whistle for that one. And that will send Zoran Nikolic to the line for two. Gets the lucky roll on the first. And you make your own luck in this game. 5.7 seconds left, and Montenegro will be very happy if they can take a lead into the end of the first quarter. Nikolic will come out as Radoncic comes in. Some very recognizable faces courtside right now. Final seconds, the heave is no good, and Montenegro will finish the first quarter with the lead here in Athens. A strong first 10 minutes of basketball by the visitors. With 10 minutes in the book, it's Greece 17, Montenegro 19. Here are the stats and top scorers right now. Nikolic leading the way, 8 points of the 19 for Montenegro. A strong start for him. A strong start for Montenegro, full stop. Here are some of the highlights from the first half of action. And there hasn't been a huge much between them. Some athletic plays from the likes of Antetokounmpo. But it's about the transition, really, and the aggressive attack of the rim from Montenegro. But there really hasn't been an awful lot to separate these two teams. We kind of didn't expect there to be. Biggest lead has been 3 points. Both teams have had leads in this first quarter. None of them have quite found that stride yet. None of them have quite got into the rhythm of their own game, their own style of basketball, because they are contrasting styles. Montenegro will probably look to play with an awful lot more pace and push the tempo and get down the floor. Greece seemingly more content to try and set that half-court structure and create opportunities that way. Either way, it is an intriguing matchup here in Athens. Remember, this is game day 3 of the qualifiers, and if you're enjoying the action, scan the QR code on the screen to get the Courtside 1891 app, or log in via the web to watch live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions. If you haven't already got that on your phone, it is a must-have if you like basketball, particularly basketball with some kind of international flavor. Montenegro will get us underway here in the second quarter. Coach Spanoulis pouring over the box score. Trying to pick out the opportunity right now. Drobniak waits for the screen. Always looking for a seam to attack, draws the foul, won't get the and one though. We'll head to the free throw line instead. Back out the line for the second. That's good to go. Drobniak, all his points have come from the free throw line so far this evening. Okavopoulos, Lorenzakis, Hugaz Mitoglu, as well as Dimitri Long are the 5 to start the quarter for Greece. Dimitri Long takes a shot to the face. We carry on. Oh, a little hesitation, another step back. Foul off the ball. I think Drobniak's going to be called for that one. Overly aggressive. Trying to gain position for the rebound. Yeah, locks up the arm. Releases it, but the damage is done by then. Onto the wing, a little bit of space, and that's all Greece need to deliver the big 3. Lorenzakis with the triple. Brings Greece back to within 1. Oh, nice finish, Drobniak. Both teams just picking up the pace a little bit here in this second quarter. More urgency in the way they're playing. Both in the full and half court. Kicked out, 3 goes up. That one's a little heavy this time. Scramble for the rebound is won by the men in red jerseys. Ivanovic will draw the foul. Lorenzakis called for that foul. Drobniak tries to drop it inside, the pass a little low for Nikolic to pick up. Greece spread the floor again. Mitru Long with another three. Second triple of the game for him, and that ties us up. And that is enough for coach Jaquel to call a timeout. Beautiful form. I love how the camera operators do such a good job. There's a reaction from the Montenegrin coach. Timeout called as Greece have us all tied up again here with a little under 2 minutes played in the second quarter.
Extremely aggressive, yeah? Attack, set the screen. If they catch, we want first passes, not direct and hard. But open the pass, yeah? We can foul to use, yeah? First open the ball. Hey, listen to me. We play two hands, yeah, extra aggressive. But 3 men, back screen. Yeah, so the moment the people know. Let's go.
No real surprise as the Montenegrin huddle is relatively relaxed. Just a little minor correction here and there, trying to get themselves back on track. If anything, more of a momentum killer to try and stop the little bit of momentum that Greece had built up over the last minute or so of action. Needham now back in control of the rock. And this is an interesting battle between Needham and Mitru Long. Two high IQ point guards. Pass inside, left-hand hook, old school. Simonovic delivers a strong big man move in the paint. Foul's going to be whistled on Radoncic. Kicked out, wide open. Mitoglu, not this time. Rebound pulled down by Simonovic. Lob pass inside, good read though by Mitoglu. Stolen away by Needham, handed forward. It don't get much easier than this. Oh, he goes for the two-handed reverse. Treats us to a little bit of showboating. Simonovic. Sometimes it pays not to hustle back hard, I suppose. Not unless we want any of the kids watching this game to take on board. Out of the game comes Mitoglu. Gumbo is into the action. Back to the action. A little under 3 minutes played here in this second quarter. Montenegro holding a 4-point lead. Greece not overly challenging them right now. That one's no good. Radoncic, and it's handed back, and Antetokounmpo has his third flush of the game already. But straight away, Drobniak goes into the three, and a hard crash of the boards twice by Montenegro, and it's Jovanovic who will get the score. 22-year-old, right place, right time. That takes skill in itself, though, and another steal. Radoncic now has it knocked away. Montenegro will hold on to possession. Out of the game goes Hugaz as Papanikolaou comes in. Moraitis also comes into the game as Midtjylland comes out. Little wrestling match off ball. Toyopoulos called for the foul as Radoncic hits the hardwood with some force. Questions being asked by the Greek players of the official. Offensive foul, I think, is going to be called on Drobniak with an illegal screen. With that, coach Jaquel has been given a final warning for complaining. Next time he does, technical will be headed his way. Offensive foul on Antetokounmpo. Pushes off on the screen. Both sets of players, sorry, making a few fundamental mistakes now. Here's the screen, doesn't stand still, and he tags him more than anything else. And that is a screen that you set in training, not in a game. And I suppose that's where it comes from, right? A little bit lax in training and it leaks over into the game. Needham pulls up, 3-ball. Little heavy-handed, scramble for the rebound. It will fall back into Needham's hands. Little hesitation from Needham. It's stolen away. Good hands by Antetokounmpo. He's going to go all the way, kicks it to the wing, but it's a very poor pass, and a blocking foul's been called. That is a get-out-of-jail-free card for the Greek big man. Baseline ball now for Greece. Popovic whistled for that blocking foul. Papanikolaou kicks it out. Moraitis, not this time. Oh my goodness, that's a huge rebound. That looked a little bit Space Jam-esque from Antetokounmpo. His arms seem to reach on forever to rip that one down. Let's have a look at it again. Look how high he gets. My goodness me. How are you supposed to compete and combat a player of that athleticism? Just demands such precision. Boxing out, so aggressive, get him as far away from the bucket as you can, but that's easier said than done. This is the first free throw, though. Coming back to the line for the second. And he's good with the second. Brings it down to a three-point ball game. Into the game returns Kalazakis. Needham now hands it back to Popovic. Popovic dumps it inside. Nice move. Montenegro building some very considered offense. Not rushing, not jumping in at the first opportunity, waiting to feel what the game gives them. Foul there has been whistled on Moraitis. Once again, Montenegro will be heading back to the free throw line. The first is good. And Montenegro have shot the ball well from the free throw line so far this evening. And the second rolls in as well. Montenegro's lead out to 5. A little over 5 minutes left in this first half. Papanikolaou now, spin move, good, quick footwork. Fades away, tough play, ripped down by Simonovic. He'll lead the charge down the floor, and a sea of red jerseys as the Montenegro lead is now out to a game-high 7. Coach Spanoulis, no real option right now, has to call a timeout. Montenegro really starting to wrestle control of this game. Let's head straight into this Greek huddle. Changes need making.
One down. Moraitz εδώ. Τολιόπουλος εδώ. Πάπ εδώ. Κάλα. Κώστας. Mora, you go up. Τολιό, when you pass the ball, you go here. Stay in the corner, Kala. You go down, Kala. Costa, go. When he does the ball, go. Full speed, and go. When he goes right there, Costa.
You can be nothing but impressed by this Montenegrin team. Maybe the young fan not enjoying what they're seeing so far. Not sure if they're a Greek fan or a Montenegrin fan. But Montenegro right now are really showing how to control a game on the road against a very good and very experienced Greek roster. 4:45 left on the first half clock. Papanikolaou kicks it to the corner, baseline attack, reverse layup. That's better basketball from Greece. Spacing and patience in that possession. Needham now. Looking for some options, a double down screen. Trying to find Popovic, but defense jumps over the screens. 5 on the shot clock. Needham for 3. Snatched at that one a little. There's a heave of a pass down low. Foul's going to be called by Needham as he tries to tie up Antetokounmpo before the ball even arrives. That was not a matchup that Needham wanted. He stands 180 tall and Antetokounmpo 209. Just pulls his arm straight away. In fact, they're going to go to the review here. I think the officials want to see whether they think that has enough to be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. There's the unorthodox pass from Papanikolaou. Not sure it does. There's not a huge amount of contact from Needham. It's just as Antetokounmpo. Maybe there is, you know. There is no play at the ball because the ball just isn't there. Depends which element is the foul been called on. Is it that last bit of contact in the back? If it is, probably not unsportsmanlike. If it's an arm pull prior to the ball even arriving, then it probably could be upgraded. Let's see what the officials say. Quite an important call at this point of the game. Could give enough possessions and opportunities for Greece to actually tie the game up. There's the tie up there before the ball even arrives. If it's American football, there'd definitely be a flag on the play. See what the officials say on this one. And they have upgraded it to an unsportsmanlike foul. whistled on Needham. Shake of the head from the 35-year-old, but it does send Antetokounmpo to the line for 2 shots. He's 1 from 3 so far this evening. On top of that, Greece will get possession back on the half, on the side. First is good. And the second rolls in as the home fans, I think, wished that one in. Sideline ball for Greece now. Potential opportunity to tie the game up. They were down by 5, but moments ago. Papanikolaou tries to find a way through. Not this time. Rebound pulled down by Simonovic. Oh, and that's going to be a turnover. Backcourt violation and a shrug of the shoulders in frustration from coach Jaquel. Moraitis looking to inbound, does so to Papanikolaou. Fade away. Oh, that's a tough play by Papanikolaou. Realised he had the mismatch, so he had the height to shoot over the top of Needham. Down low, the pass is poor though. Straight out of bounds from Needham. Needed to be straighter. Needham certainly not having the best of nights so far here, as Drobniak will come into the game. A little over 3 minutes left in this first half. I'm sure Coach Spanoulis wants his team to have that lead, no matter what the lead is, to take into the locker room at the half. A bit of momentum, a bit of confidence to build on. Still plenty of conversation to be had by this Greek team. First half, they've not played anywhere to their level. And Antetokounmpo! That's his 4th throwdown of the game. And with that, timeout has been called by Montenegro. And Antetokounmpo up to 11 points personal now. 8 of them coming with a little bit of thunder. Breaks it through, puts it down with 2 hands. Kind of play is unstoppable. Montenegro with the timeout. Let's head into their huddle.
We get stuck in screen every time. Or go under, or go with him. In offense, we have 3 turnovers in a row in offense. On the middle, here, patient. If they switch down, high low, nothing, extra pass, attack.
Certainly a purple patch of play here for Greece. Had a slow start to this second quarter. Montenegro started just to control the tempo style of play. Gave them a reasonably comfortable lead, but credit to the Greek team. A couple of adjustments from a rotational perspective has really helped them, and none more so maybe than Kostas Antetokounmpo. He has brought a little X factor to the game for Greece, and that's why they lead by a point now with 3 minutes left in this first half. Popovic. Mid-range 2 off the glass, a little heavy. Scramble for the rebound. Papanikolaou will rip it away. Sends himself to the floor. Bodies everywhere right now. Greece come away with possession though. Three ball, short. Scramble for another rebound. Teopoulos with the rebound, almost stolen away, but will hold on to possession. Both teams in the penalty. So Teopoulos heading to the free throw line right now. First trip of the evening for him. Now the double team collapses, and initially it is hands on ball, but it quickly becomes hands on across the arms. First is good as Greece look to try and open out a little bit of a comfort zone heading into the locker room at the half. Get the second to go as well. Their lead opens out to 3. Drobniak looking for Needham. Instead he'll use him as a screen. A huge hedge on that play. Catch and shoot on the wing. Jovanovic comes up short though. Inside, and an easy finish from Nikolic. Antetokounmpo would have been better just letting it roll out of bounds. Instead he can only flick it back into the hands of the Montenegrin player. Nice pass. What a trip and a bit of a stumble there. Puts his hand up, accepts responsibility for that one. Baseline ball for Montenegro. And Antetokounmpo heads out as Mitoglou comes in. Yeah, definitely a Montenegro ball, that one. Foul off the ball, and we've seen plenty of that in this first half. Physicality has been there from the opening tip of the game, really. No space being given without a battle down low. Foul whistled on Mitoglou. First no good though for Nikolic. Line for the second. Nikolic will stay at 10 points personal. Montenegro's leading scorer. Pumped inside, lane opens up. Inexplicably, really. Hadzibegovic to Needham, Needham ahead. Poor execution for Montenegro this time, under a lot of pressure though, and Greece will stream down the floor and get the breakaway too. Teopoulos with the fast break. Back out to a 3-point lead as we enter the final minute of the first half. Too good for Montenegro. Timeout called here in the arena. Final 40 seconds. Coach Spanoulis wants to make sure that his team maximize these final 40 seconds. As you do feel the team heading to the locker room with the lead, no matter how small, certainly has a psychological edge coming back out into the second half.
Larry here, Pop is here, Dino's here, stop. When we pass to Eli, hey, Kala, you live here. Larry, you live here. And when Eli has the ball, Pop, you go here. Dino here, go right speed. Okay, right, 2 for 1, right, okay.
It's been an impressive composure shown by Greece. Many teams, when put under that consistent, fundamentally strong play that Montenegro are almost known for, it's nothing high-flying, glamorous over the top. It is just relentless good basketball. But Greece have kind of matched that and taken themselves a little bit above to push themselves into this narrow lead. 3-ball at the top, that's short by a long way. Nikolic hands it to Needham. At a 6.5-second difference between shot clock and the first half clock. Put inside, stolen away. Into the corner. That three is off right. 5 seconds, still time for Montenegro to create something. It'll be a long three. Oh, what a way to close out the first half. That has silenced the crowd. That has made a statement. That has given Montenegro something to build on here in the halftime locker room. They'll take a 2-point lead. That is a long way out. Nothing but the bottom of the bucket. And now it's a different conversation for Coach Spanoulis to have in that locker room. Look at the reaction. That is a team who are here to win the game. What a huge way to close out the first half. At the half, it's Greece 38, Montenegro 40. Wow, a breathtaking first 20 minutes of basketball. Here are some of the stats from the game, and there have been some big threes in today's game, but without doubt, there has been the action where the teams have both looked to attack the basket, the physical aspect of the game that has been most dominant. Montenegro leading the rebounding battle, but they've turned the ball over 14 times. That is a problem, and that are the two stats really that sum up that first half. Here are your leading scorers. Nikolic has the leading score for Montenegro, and Antetokounmpo leads it for Greece with 11. Big plays from the second quarter of action. Plenty of big plays in the second quarter of action. Montenegro got out to a bright start, hit some big shots, got themselves a 5-point lead in that second quarter. Looked to start to gain control, really. Looked to turn the game into a Montenegrin style game. There was a little bit of showboating at one end of the floor from Simonovic. But right now, you have to give credit, because Greece were able just to flip the script a little in the final 5 minutes of this first half. They regained their composure. They went back to what is fundamentally Greek basketball. Fundamentally, it's very, very strong, clear offensive focus, some pick and roll, spacing the floor, moving the ball. And that is why they had a lead heading into the final, well, second, really, of that first half. And it wasn't for the heartbreaking buzzer beater three, they would have had a lead at the half, but they don't right now. It is Montenegro who hold on to a very narrow lead in the locker room, but that will give them confidence. Two very evenly matched teams. A huge 20 minutes of basketball ahead of us here in Athens. At the half, it's Greece 38, Montenegro 40.
What a pass that is, Matson! Are you mad, son?
To Shimala, glides through, no one there, oh, batted away! What a defensive stat. Markovic meets him at the penthouse and swats it away. Might be Kununchuk to drill for the lob, and he's gonna tie us up.
There's about a 3-second differential, and the Netherlands turn it over. Oh my word. And one.
it in the open floor. Bounce pass, Toto behind the back. Are you kidding me? A little bit of showtime at the most important time of the game. Prochita head up. He comes back and just hammers it home.
Fourth turnover of the game for Serbia. Drives inside with a two-handed thunder for Fana. That's a big play. Oh, it's been thrown away by Grover. Cool him up for three. No way! You are kidding me! You are kidding me right now! Unbelievable here in Copa. Has that really just happened?
Yai goes downhill. Oh yeah! Cheryl the yeah. Just sticks the defender on a poster.
They have to heave. No good off the glass. Spain, who have numbers, and they finish. Alex Reyes extends the lead 60-43, and Spain is on a roll, just having their way tonight.
Throws it up. Olashenis builds it. Sargiones for the win. Oh my goodness! Lithuania make it on the buzzer. How? Simply just how? The basketball gods favor their most loved child, Lietuva.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
I go tax to close out. Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
Well, welcome back to Athens. Half-time here. Game day 3 of the FIBA World Cup qualifier between Greece and Montenegro. Montenegro at the half have a 2-point lead, and much of it can be credited to that man there, Zoran Nikolic. 12 points in the first half. 4 from 6 from the field, 4 from 6 from the free throw line. The big man has put on a show here on the road. He really has. And his team have looked for him, to be fair. Credit where credit's due. They found the hot hand. They found Nikolic inside, and he hasn't failed to impress or deliver. 29-year-old. As for Greece, Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo has been impressive, 11 points. How many of them have come from those thunderous dunks, though? Pick and roll, rolls to the basket strong, crashes the glass so hard as well. It's almost Rodman-esque how he has a magnet for the rebounds. It also helps that obviously the obscene athleticism that he has, but the way he reads the game now offensively as well. And this is their X factor, and one of the reasons why this is a close game right now. Antetokounmpo has been the difference maker for Greece in that first half. The energy and athleticism has kept them in this game at times, but neither team will be complacent in that halftime locker room. Both teams know that they have a challenging 20 minutes of basketball ahead of them. Remember, Greece entering this game currently top of Group B after picking up 2 wins from 2, a win over Portugal and a win over Romania in the opening window. As for Montenegro, well, they sit in third place. They took a win off Romania on the road, but in their opening game against Portugal, they were resoundingly beaten on their home floor. So Montenegro, a 1-1 record. Greece, a 2-0 record coming into this game. And for Greece's perspective, if they can walk away with a win here today, 3-0 is a very, very good way to get your World Cup qualification up and running. Remember, for Greece, they finished 15th in the last World Cup. And from Greek standards and a Greek perspective, speaking to any Greek fans out there, that is not a high enough finish. They consider themselves at least a quarter-finals team at the world stage. And finishing 15th certainly raised some alarm bells and put a little bit more pressure on how they deliver at this year's World Cup. And you can see what it means straight away. They're back on the floor. They're in their warm-ups. They are not being complacent at all. They do not see this game against Montenegro as an easy one. And to be honest with you, prior to the qualifications tipping off, you would have said that Greece were the highest-ranked team in the group. Montenegro, the second-tier team in that group, and it's certainly proving to be the case. Interesting to see how this second half plays out, whether Greece rely on Antetokounmpo again, whether he can put in a little bit more of that magic that we saw in the first half. When you have a player like that as well, the efficiency ratings are off the scale, really. 4 from 5 from the field. Montenegro now starting to come back out to the floor, and for them it's been a golden era really of basketball. I remember commentating on their game quite a few years ago now when they secured qualification for the 2019 World Cup, and that was a historic moment, first time the country had ever got to a World Cup. And I can remember the emotions now commentating on that game and watching the players react, and they delivered. And they obviously went to the World Cup in China in 2019. They fought their way back to the World Cup in the Philippines in 2023. Ultimately finishing 11th in that one. And that isn't a bad result for Montenegro. Don't get me wrong, every player wants to go to a World Cup and ultimately get to the top step. But I think any neutral observer would say that that is a good finishing position for Montenegro. The size of the country and their profile within basketball and the stage of their journey on the international basketball stage is at that level right now. Both teams deep in their warm-ups. Under 3 minutes to go until we tip off the second half. And while we have a little break in the action, why not grab hold of your phones, head over to the official FIBA World Cup app. It's available wherever you get hold of your apps, so no excuses. You have a moment now to get your phones in hand and download it. Plenty on there to get your teeth into, loads of reviews and news, plenty of highlight videos as well. And if you're the stats geek like I am, we have the real-time box score running for this game, and you can access that through the app as well. There is the main man right now for Montenegro, Zoran Nikolic, 12 points at the half, helping his team hold this 2-point lead. Let's head into the Greek huddle, hear what Coach Spanoulis has to say.
Second offense will be this. Moraitis, Eli, Kostas, Paralabo, Pap. Set to move. This will be set to move. Kostas to Eli. It's like set to, but it should be set to move. Mora, pass to Eli. Costa, when you make the screen to Eli, immediately you go like this. Hand off with Mora, step up, short roll. You go here, Mora, and you cut.
We we know from who help more from who knows. Okay? Be aggressive, guys. No, hey, don't catch here. I'm talking about shooting area. Here you can go under. Everybody, yo-yo back, hey. Yeah? Energy. First offense, listen to me now.
Well, we're moments away from the start of the second half here in Athens. With a 2-point gap between these two teams, it really is almost like starting the game again. And psychologically it will be as well. A reset for both teams in the halftime locker room. A little bit of refocus, you imagine, from a Greek perspective as well. They haven't, without doubt, delivered against their game plan. They haven't maximised this home court advantage they have here in Athens. For Montenegro, you would just say it's more of the same, consistent and relentless. Big 20 minutes ahead of us here. I hope you're ready for what could be a pivotal game in these qualifiers. Second half underway. Game day 3 of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers as Greece trail Montenegro by 2. Not for very long though. Beautiful backdoor cut. Mitru Long. And that is the way to start the second half. You set the tone early, you get the crowd into the game. Needham hands it away. Well, now it's dropped out of bounds, but it's off a Greek hand, so it will be sideline ball for Montenegro. Strong drive to the basket. Drobniak couldn't quite get the finish, but he is that aggressive, direct player, plays with a high level of confidence. Moraitis has the mismatch now. Nikolic will quite happily pick up the foul that far away from the basket. Didn't fancy a little foot speed challenge to try and get himself back into that one. Pick and roll, don't use the roll though, instead it goes to the corner, big rejection. That one's knocked out of bounds and will be Montenegro ball. Lobopoulos couldn't quite get the release away quick enough. The defense was advancing. Drobniak comes back to the top. Needham now. And this is how Montenegro play. There's so much patience. They're so relaxed and confident that they'll find a way through. They'll find a good look like they have there. Hadžibegović with the score. 8 points personal for him now. Skip to the weak side. Back to the top. Mitru Long for 3. Off right. Down low, and another score. And you can hear the reaction from the crowd, and that kind of tells you what you need to know. There's a quiet ripple of applause as the crowd try and compute what they're seeing right now. Right now, a little confusion for the crowd. Frustration will come through if Greece aren't able to put on a little bit more of what they do best. Papanikolaou reverses out. And it's thrown away. Fast break now for Montenegro. 3 ball for Needham. Oh, that's confident play. Derek Needham hits a 3 in transition. And now Montenegro have a game-high 7-point lead. Only the second bucket of the game for Needham. Moraitis goes baseline, kicks it out. Good ball movement. Papanikolaou hits a three. And that is what Greece have to do. It is penetrate, disrupt the defense, and then quick ball movement around the perimeter. Seven minutes left in the third quarter. Needham ducks inside. Foul on the floor. Foul whistled on Mitru Long. There we go. It's that right arm hooking across. There's the three from Papanikolaou. The crowd certainly appreciated that one. Drobniak, double team quick to him. Creates a space though for Montenegro to attack. Oh my goodness, that was a strong move to the basket by Jovanovic. Foul will be called though, as the defense stands strong, and Montenegro foul, trying to get the offensive rebound. Stayed up there a long time. Antetokounmpo draws the foul. Oh, nice pass. A little too heavy though. He's fading away. Papanikolaou couldn't turn it around. Mitru Long, no look pass, and no look pass out of bounds. As Olymopoulos couldn't hold on to it. Down low, double team all over. Foul's going to be called though, as Nikolic too strong. Papanikolaou, I think, will be whistled for that one. You can see some of the frustration now. First is good. Montenegro continue to open that lead out, up to 5 now. Nikolic will stay at 15 points, has 5 rebounds as well. His qualification high so far. Mitru Long. Oh, speed of the footwork. Didn't need to take the pass. Mitru Long should have just taken that little short-range jumper. Instead tries to feed it into the low block too. Antetokounmpo should have taken the jumper. Oh, that is off a Greek hand. Officials will go and review this one, I think. Yeah, it has been challenged by coach Jacques. They head to the review monitor. I think they'll have a relatively quick review on this one. I think you don't even need to look at the ball, you just need to look at Antetokounmpo's face. The guilt on his eyes says it all. Look, the hands like that. And then he has a little cheeky point in his direction. Let's have a look at the replay, see if I'm wrong. Nikolic steps in, gets a hand back up, deflects it. Yeah, you would say that is off Antetokounmpo's hand. Look at his face. He looks guilty straight away. Let's see what the officials say. It will be Montenegro ball. That is the whole purpose of that coach's challenge system. Both coaches having that one challenger game. If it'll ever go beyond one challenger game, or whether you'll get to keep your challenge in the future if you're right. Either way, right now, Montenegro lead by 5. 4 minutes gone in this third quarter. Into the corner, wide open, pulled at that one a little bit too much. Vucelic. Mitru Long, Antetokounmpo. Nice move. Couldn't quite hold the body shape. Moraitis on his way through. Yeah, Drobniak just caught a half step behind the play. So hard to recover, particularly against a player as experienced and of the quality of Moraitis. Just not going to let you back in front of him. Goes 2 from 2 from the line. First points of the game for him. Dumped inside, Nikolic now. Goes to the right hand, that one's off target, ripped down. Greece with an opportunity potentially to tie the game up here. Halfway through this third quarter now. Punched inside, foul will be called on Nikolic. Second foul of the game on Zoran Nikolic. Montenegro in the penalty though, so Antetokounmpo will head to the line. Spanoulis calling out the orders from the sideline. Drobniak will head to the bench for Montenegro. Into the game comes Simonovic. In fact, Montenegro only just into the penalty, so no free throws for Greece. Mitru Long kicks it out wide open. Long way out though. Long rebound pulled in by Needham. Vucelic will come back out. Montenegro happy to reset, happy to run a half-court set. No problem for them. Needham now, spin move. No good in the first attempt, but once again, Montenegro crashed the offensive glass. Offensive board number 8 for them. Beautiful patience. Foul's going to be called off ball as a scramble for the rebound ensued. There's the three. Let's have a look. Yeah, Antetokounmpo just knocking a Montenegrin player to the floor. Moraitis comes out of the game. Antetokounmpo will stay in the game, but does have 3 fouls now. Could be a problem for Coach Spanoulis to deal with. Popovic, deflected pass, read very well. Papanikolaou will get the breakaway too. Back to a 3-point ball game, and Greece have flashes of both ends of the floor. The quality they have, but they need to put a prolonged period in place for them to be able to open out a lead. Right now, they still trail. Vucelic, and another turnover, or is it? Yes, it is, a 3-on-1 break, and it doesn't get much easier than that. It's like he's at the playground, and it's a 1-point ball game. Antetokounmpo with that throwdown extends his personal tally. Papanikolaou on the breakaway with this one. There's the reaction from the bench. And here's the huge two-hander. Next play down the floor. Timeout's been called here in the arena. Montenegro absolutely need to talk over how they're looking after their possession. Let's head into their huddle.
But Zoki, the player here, you have to move away for this guy to come on a high low. Don't stay here and this guy coming. What is this facing? If there is a problem, play one-on-one drive. Yeah, there in front. it. Listen to me now. 1, 5, 2, 3, 4. You go here. Yeah, immediately pass. You continue down. Yeah, you understand? Just move.
Again, it was a strong start to the quarter by Montenegro. Greece waking up. That was their final play. That brought them back to within one. How will Montenegro react out of that timeout? Really a call from their coach just to look after their possession a little bit cleaner. Giving up too many turnovers, enabling too many turnover points. Needham now looks for the pass away. Pass goes inside. That was a tough play, couldn't quite get it to go. Simonovic. Final 3 minutes of this quarter. Papanikolaou now starting to take the game on his shoulders a little bit more. Fades away in the short corner, rolls in and rolls out again. Hadzibegovic with the rebound. Down low, Simonovic skips it to the weak side. Foul's going to be called, that one's on the floor. Papanikolaou whistled for that one. Absolutely a foul. I'm not sure what he's talking to the official about on that one. Maybe it's that he's talking about. Did he feel that he got hit by Needham as he was fading away? Hadzibegovic steps out of the game. Popovic in. 3-ball on the wing, that's short. Easy rebound pulled down by Toyopoulos. Ball kicked in, corner pocket three. No good this time. This one is edging its way forward. Towards what could be a very close ending to this game. There's so little between these two teams. Very different styles of basketball, to be honest with you. The style of game they want this to be is just consistent pace from Montenegro, whereas it's more staccato from Greece. It's more change and variable. Sometimes they go inside, the next they look to create an outside shot, and you wonder if that variety actually is part of the problem at the moment for them. Oh, nice pass on the pick and roll. Wide open on the corner, 3-ball no good. Oh, and two Montenegrin players fighting for the same rebound. Ends up with a Greek bucket for Metoglou. Popovic. Needham. No good. Scramble on the floor. Montenegro will come away with it. And that's a big foul by Papanikolaou. He's not happy with the call. Needs to be careful. Can't be too demonstrative with your frustrations. Interesting to watch the replay on this one. Montenegro with the steal. Ball goes inside. Is there any contact on the arm? Tough to tell from that one. Is it all ball, or does he hit the wrist on the way through? It's pretty clear how he sees it. Let's have a look on this replay. What do you think? There's a fair bit of contact on that left hand. And that is a familiar sight indeed. One of the best players on the planet across a number of years right now. pure frustration. Vučelić back at the line for the second. Montenegro's lead will stay at 2. Both teams fighting hard for the rebound. Hugaz draws the foul, shows real strength to hold on to that one. Walk the full length of the floor for free throws at the other end. With that, Montenegro will make a change. Back into the game comes Drobnjak. First is good. And Greece will feel that if they can stay close in this game, they'll find another level in the fourth quarter. They'll lean into that home crowd on the home court and the depth in their roster. And they'll be hoping that would be enough to accelerate them into the lead and away. But against a team like Montenegro, that is a dangerous assumption to be making. Drobnjak on ball, triple screen set to get Popovic open. Skip to the weak side. Little jumper faker, step back, all the tricks, and it pays off this time. Wow. Ivanovic showing the entire magician's kit bag of tricks to get open for that jumper. In the corner, that one's short. Rebound pulled down by Simonovic. Final 30 seconds of the quarter, about a 10-second difference between the quarter clock and the shot clock. Drobnjak hands it away. Patience being shown now by Montenegro. Just 7 on the shot clock though. Simonovic steps out. Tough shot. Deflected. They'll get it back. Won't get the score. 8 seconds now for Greece to create something. A heave of a 3. It's too heavy. And that will be the end of the third quarter. And Montenegro will hold on to a 3-point lead with just 10 minutes to play. 3 quarters down. It's Greece 52, Montenegro 55. There are the stats from the game so far. Greece really struggling from outside. 17%. That does tell you an awful lot about the woes they've had so far in this game. But here are some of the big plays of that third quarter. Again, another quarter where Montenegro got started well. Strong moves to the basket from the likes of Hazibegovic, as well as the main man right now, Nikolic. That enabled them to reopen their lead back out. But once again, Greece found a couple of gears to switch through. And it was primarily driven by an increase in their defensive intensity. That was the first steal. Papanikolaou breaking away for the 2. But it was that upping of defensive ball pressure and jumping into the passing lanes that enabled Greece to get back to within a single point. But yet again, Montenegro were able just to slow the Greek team's momentum down just at the right moment. And that is why, with 10 minutes to play, Montenegro have a 3-point lead here. This one's going against the form book. Greece on their home court. They're 2-0 in the qualifiers so far. The odds were certainly towards a Greek win here today. If you have your phones to hand, though, do scan the QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app. If not, log in via the web to watch live streams and extended highlights of a whole range of FIBA competitions. this is anything to go by, it's an app you have to have on your phone. Tons of games just as dramatic as this one for you to enjoy. Fourth quarter underway here in Athens. Game day 3 of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Right now it's Greece 52, Montenegro 55. 3-ball from Simonovic, no good to start this quarter. Giopoulos will draw the foul from Ivanovic. There's been some wonderful battles throughout this game, some really interesting matchups. It's not like two specific players have kind of gone toe-to-toe for the whole 40 because of the rotational structure that both coaches employ. Those matchups have just switched constantly, but throw up new intriguing combinations for us to get our teeth into. Oh, nice pass down low and an easy score. Mitoglu, the lucky recipient of the pass from Larentzakis. Drive inside, Radoncic. And that is what Greece need to really stop from happening. Montenegro finding it not easy, but always finding a lane that they can attack. The door not being slammed in their faces enough. Nice pass inside. Takes a dribble to secure the footwork and a finish. Another good finish from Mitoglu. Back to a 1-point ball game. Mitoglu up to 6 points. Popovic now hands it back to Needham. Baseline drive, foul will be whistled. Simonovic attacks the basket, loses possession on the way through. Greece now with a chance to take the lead. Hugaz hands it away. Back up to Toyopoulos. Foul will be whistled on Radoncic. Giopoulos at the top, double screen for him to work off. Montenegro respond well. A low crossover, foul will be called. And Giopoulos will head to the line, I think, with a chance to take the lead for Greece in a pivotal moment in this game. First is no good, though, comes up short. Second is, and we have a tied ball game. Under 8 minutes left on the game clock here. Giopoulos at the top, defense responds well. Nice crossover. Mitoglu puts a little bit too much on the finish though. the game will stay tied. Blocking foul will be whistled. Teopoulos just a little late getting across to that one. Needham now waves the screen away. Step back three ball. Not this time, and game seems a little stuck here right now. Needham brings it back to the top. Into the corner. Three ball goes over the top. Nikolic fighting hard. Will draw the foul instead, as his box out is just too strong for the Greek team to deal with. Coach Spanoulis doesn't let a huge amount out from his facial expression. There's the easy call. Motoglou just catching the wrist of Nikolic in that rebound battle. Motoglou picking up his third foul. Both teams now fully in the penalty. Needham will drive inside, skipping his way through. Oh, but the pass is almost thrown away. Somehow it finds its way through. Popovic throws a prayer up. It's a shot clock violation, but Greece have the loose ball. Crowd trying to lift the team right now. Papanikolaou with a real pull of a shot, just didn't have the energy behind that one. Down into the low block, Nikolic passes it all the way through. Popovic will cut his way inside, a tough teardrop, but he'll go again. Popovic with the score this time. And another turnover. Montenegro with the 2-point lead. Just about 5.5 minutes left. Needham off the glass. An easy look for a player the quality of Needham. Three from the corner, no good. Rebound pulled down by Radoncic, and now there's some tired legs on show. Fade away, Needham hands it off to Radoncic. He looks to bully his way inside, comes back out to Needham, shot clock running down. Needham will get the shot away, and a foul I think is going to be whistled on Hugaz, who goes over the top of Radoncic. Crowd don't like it. Greek players don't like it. That's the reaction from the fans. Antetokounmpo comes back in, trying to inject some of that energy into the action for the Greek team, as Montenegro continue just to look so composed in this pressure cooker environment. Under 5 to play. And as this clock ticks down, and the longer Montenegro hold on to this narrow lead, the more pressure will build on the Greek team. Papanikolaou will come all the way through and hand it back to Mitru Long. He loses the handle, throws himself to the floor. Papanikolaou will release a three and hits it. That is why he is such an iconic player for the Greek national team. Little jab step. Nikolic now for three. Not this time. Rebound pulled down. Mitru Long giving up his body for that one. Larentzakis. Not this time. And that is just determination. Taking Larentzakis strong to the basket, determination, throwing Mitru Long to the floor. And that is what it means to the fans here in Athens. And that is what it means to coach Jalkel. Out of the game will come Toyopoulos. Larentzakis back in. First is good. That ties the game up. And it will stay tied, 61 apiece, under 4 minutes to play. This game has been so close. No team has led by double digits for the entire game. The Greek team haven't led since the first half. Drobniak, smart play, came to a stop, lent in to get the space from the defender. Rolls in the jumper. Larentzakis down low. And Antetokounmpo. Step back. Oh, that's an ugly looking shot. That one was forced. There was still a bit of time on the shot clock to work with. Three ball. Not this time. Foul is whistled though as Nikolic is eased off the ball. Is it on Antetokounmpo? Puts him on to 4 fouls now. Nikolic at the line. A rare miss. 7 from 11 now from the free throw line. The leads all scorers at the moment is 17 points as well as 6 rebounds. That is a big night at the office for the 29-year-old. Misses them both. Pressure and fatigue have their effect on every player on the planet. Toyopoulos. Papanikolaou. His pass is intercepted. Composure for Montenegro. They'll slow it down and build their offense. Popovic. Trying to shake off the defender. Not an easy task. Inside to Nikolic. Catch and shoot. 3 is off right from Hadžibegović. Oh, you can feel the pressure raising here in the arena. Expectant crowd urging their team to take the lead. Larentzakis will draw the foul from Jovanovic. That will send Larentzakis to the line for 2. It's 1 from 2 so far this evening. One of the guiding lights, Larentzakis, in that opening qualifier win over Romania. Had 18 that night. First is good. And now the second to tie us back up again. Greek mascot smiling. He's not able to do anything else, so he's always going to be smiling. Must be a little bit unfortunate if you lose the game, unless he has a second head to be able to have a sad face. But with that play, we are all tied up again. 63 degrees, 63 to Montenegro as we rush towards the final 2 minutes, and now the crowd are in this one. Needham hands it away, scramble down low, Papanikolaou dives across the lane to intercept that pass. Will Greece take the lead? I think the roof will come off the arena if they do. Mitru Long. Skip to the weak side. Kalatzakis fades away. Shot two is good, and Greece have their first lead of the second half. A big moment for the Greek team in front of their home fans. Strong move, stops on a dime, a little half step back, and it's money. There's the reaction from the crowd. That young fan likes what he sees, as do the hardcore fans with the drums. Timeout called by Montenegro.
Listen to me what we play now. But we can't pass the ball, yeah? 1. 3, 2. Let's go 4. Yeah? 3. Set the screen for 5. You run, prepare, and you go here flash. They will catch. So pass, yeah? Or pass back. Keep pass and attack there in bonus.
Well, a huge 91 seconds of basketball ahead of us here in Greece. A little bit more of a swagger to the Greek players as they walk on the floor with this 2-point lead. Just a little bit of sweat on the floor that needs mopping up before we can get started again. Players trying to keep their mental focus whilst the crowd are enjoying themselves here in the arena. Ball inbounded. Full court pressure being applied by Greece. Full court pressure being applied by the Greek crowd as well. Needham shaping up, uses the screen. Oh, and that's a huge left-hander. Literally and metaphorically. That's taken a little bit of the joy out of the arena. Nikolic, 19 points, ties us back up again. Mitru Long. A little hedge to push him away. Larantzakis, Papanikolaou. In and out. Rebound pulled in by Hadjibegovic. .45 seconds left on the game clock. Needham inside. Nikolic dumps it in. Reverse layup. He's good. Montenegro will take the lead. Hadjibegovic with the big play in the big moment. He's up to double digits, but he couldn't care less. He's given his team the lead. Montenegro with a 4-point swing. And now they lead by 2 with well under a minute left to play. Coach Spanoulis will call the timeout. Straight away, as soon as he sees it drop. Wow, 36.7 seconds to go. He's heading to this Greek huddle.
Take the ball, pop the ball here, and when she's taking the ball, you go like this, and you set the screen, you attack, and we are here. Quick shot, okay? Okay, no problem, or layup or quick shot. You will make it, okay?
Well, a huge 36.7 seconds left on the game clock. This is a game that has just given drama from start to finish. At no point has either team had a double-digit lead. The biggest gap has been 7 points, and it has been a seesaw battle. This is why we love these qualifiers. International basketball at its finest here in Athens this evening. Montenegro lead by 2. Greek ball on their own baseline. Papanikolaou to inbound. Oh, and they turn it over straight away. Mitru Long with a rare mistake. Montenegro can burn some clock, and they will. Greece don't want to foul. They should get ball back if they can stop the score and grab the board. Drobniak trying to shake things up, trying to score the winner. Shoves Mitru Long to the floor. Foul called. That's a big defensive stand. Drobniak trying to be the hero has cost his team dearly. They didn't set up an offense. They just let him dribble into oblivion. And there's the offensive foul as he dips his head into the chest of Elijah Mitru Long. And there's the reaction from his coach. Montenegro still lead by 2 though. Timeout called by Greece, 8.3 seconds to play.
Good screen, Dino. You go out, Toyo. If they switch this, look, Dino, shift him inside. If not, Toyo, you take the ball. And immediately, Bob, you go sweep, and you cut, Larry. You cut, and you go sweep, pick and pop, and you cut. Okay,
Very clear instructions from Coach Spanoulis. Can they deliver this time? They turned the ball over very quickly last time. Oh, from 6 from outside for Montenegro, 1 from 5 for Greece. It certainly hasn't been a shooter's paradise in this final quarter. Do Greece go for the overtime equalising 2 or try to take the win with a 3? Larentzakis hands it in. Toyopoulos glides inside, won't get the score. And that should be enough. Montenegro will come away with a huge win on the road here in Athens. That one has gone against the form book. And understandably, the Montenegrin players are celebrating on the court. Final score, Greece 65, Montenegro 67. Wow, drama to the final moment. The upset win for Montenegro. It was a battle for the full 40 minutes. Neither team had a commanding advantage at any point. And it's Montenegro who hold their nerve. There are the stats. It wasn't a stellar performance from outside from either team, but Montenegro just got the job done, and you have to look at that rebound number. That is the number that dictates this game. Montenegro crashed the board so hard, protected their own glass, dominated offensively. Here are your leading scorers. Nikolic leads all scorers with 19 for Montenegro, and Antetokounmpo, leading scorer for Greece with 13. But all of that means nothing. Montenegro come away with the win. They move to a 2-1 record, and depending on the results of the Portugal-Romania game today, potentially Montenegro could be headed to the top of the table. Unbelievable scenes here in Athens, an unbelievable performance from this Montenegrin team. They have delivered. And remember, these two go again on Monday. It is that simple. They will go toe-to-toe again. Here are some of the highlights from that second half. Drama the whole game. At no point did either team comfortably have control of the game. It was a single-digit gap between the two for the entire game. Plenty of lead changes. Greece had to work hard. They trailed for an awful lot of that second half. They took a lead in the fourth quarter. They couldn't hold on to it though, as Montenegro are just relentless. They don't ride the highs and lows of the game. It was just consistent basketball for 40 minutes, and right here, right now, for today, that is what has won them this huge game. Coach Spanoulis has an awful lot to pick over from the game tape when him and his coaching staff go through this. They have to be very, very clinical on how they prepare for the road game in Montenegro on Monday. That has now become a must-watch as both these teams battle out for qualification for the World Cup next year. Wow, real drama in Athens. Absolute drama. It has been a wonderful 40 minutes of basketball. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Really didn't know which way this was going to twist and turn as the game progressed. And that is why we love these qualifiers. They are phenomenal. All over the world right now, games taking place, and will do over the next few days. Here is the table here in Group B in Europe. Montenegro go to a 2-win, 2-loss record. That's not correct. They go to a 2-win, 1-loss record. Greece on a 2-win, 1-loss record as well, but Montenegro sit above them due to the head-to-head that they now have. Portugal, Romania tipping off very, very shortly indeed. So check that one out if you can. But what a game we've had here in Athens. It has been phenomenal from start to finish. A real battle. Two teams going toe-to-toe. Very little between them. They were made to work for 40 minutes, but it's Montenegro who hold their nerve. It's Montenegro who come away with the win. Final score, Greece 65, Montenegro 67. These two go again on Monday.